Welcome back to the Dargslan series, part 13 of 24. Today we're talking firewalls and security, or more practically, how to harden a server so it doesn't become someone else's playground. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The moment your server hits the public internet, it's being scanned. Not in days, not in hours, minutes. So let's make sure yours is ready. Here's the path we're walking today. We'll start with the mental model, what a firewall actually does. Then get hands-on with UFW on Ubuntu and Firewalld on RHEL or Fedora. From there, we'll set up fail2ban to shut down brute force attempts, walk through a short SSH hardening checklist, and finish with the boring habit that quietly saves more servers than anything else, keeping things updated. So let's start with the mental model. A firewall is just a checkpoint sitting between the internet and your server, and every single packet that arrives gets one of two verdicts. Either it matches a rule that permits it, and it reaches your service. That's allow. Or there's no matching rule, and it gets silently dropped or refused. That's the whole game. Everything else we do today is just deciding what those rules should be. On Ubuntu, the easiest way to write those rules is UFW, the uncomplicated firewall. It's a friendly wrapper around iptables, and the pattern is always the same. Deny incoming by default, allow outgoing so your server can fetch updates, then poke holes only for what you need. And please, allow SSH before you run enable. Otherwise, you'll lock yourself out of your own box, and that's a very quiet kind of disaster. Once it's up, UFW status shows you exactly what's open. So let's read what UFW is telling you. Run status verbose, and you get a small table. What port, what action, and from where. Here, SSH on 22 is open, and your web ports 80 and 443 are open. Everything else is quietly denied. Notice the same rule shows up twice, once for IPv4 and once as v6. That's UFW being thorough on your behalf. You write the rule once, it covers both stacks. If you're on RHEL or Fedora, you'll meet Firewalld instead. Same job, different mental model. Every interface gets dropped into a zone, and the zone decides how much you trust that traffic. Public is your default for servers. Locked down, opt-in. Trusted lets everything through. Block sends a polite refusal. Drop just ghosts the packet. The workflow is check your active zone, list what's open, add a service with, permanent, then reload to apply. Permanent plus reload. Get that pair into your muscle memory. So which one should you actually use? Honestly, don't overthink it. Both are just friendlier front ends to the same netfilter machinery in the kernel. Use what your distro ships with. UFW shines when you want simple. One server, a handful of ports, done. Firewalld earns its keep when things get complicated. Multiple interfaces, changing rules on a live system, that kind of thing. Now, a firewall blocks ports, but it won't stop someone hammering away at a port you've left open, like SSH. That's where fail2ban comes in. Think of it as a bouncer watching the auth log. See 5 failed logins from the same IP in 10 minutes, and that IP gets a temporary firewall ban. Install it, enable it, and check the SSH jail with fail2ban client status SSG. If you ever lock yourself out, the unban command is your friend. Fail2ban handles the noise, but the real fix is closing the door itself. Open etc. config and set these 5 lines. Disable root logins. Turn off password auth once your key works. Confirm pub key auth is on. Move SSH off port 22 to cut down on drive-by scans, and whitelist exactly which users can log in. Restart SSH, and you've just eliminated the vast majority of automated attacks against your server. Now, none of that hardening matters if you don't keep up with hygiene. The single most important habit is patching. Most breaches exploit bugs that already have fixes available. Run apt update and upgrade weekly, or let unattended upgrades handle security patches for you. Beyond that, skim the auth log now and then to spot weird login patterns. Only hand out sudo when it's truly needed, And if you ever suspect a key or password has leaked, rotate it. Probably fine is not a security strategy. So let's turn all of that into a checklist you can actually run. Every time you spin up a fresh VPS, walk these 6 steps in order. Patch the system, create a non-root user with sudo, copy your SSH key over, bring up the firewall, disable password logins, and install fail2ban. That's your first hour. Do it once, do it every time, and your server goes from exposed to genuinely defensible before you even deploy anything on it. Now the flip side. Once you've locked things down, sooner or later something won't connect, and you need a sane order to debug. Start at the service itself. Is it actually listening on the port, you think? Then check your firewall rules. Then check whether fail2ban has quietly banned the IP you're testing from. And finally, remember the cloud firewall sitting outside the OS entirely. AWS security groups, GCP rules, DigitalOcean's panel. 9 times out of 10, the block is at one of those 4 layers. Before we move on, 3 classic mistakes worth flagging. First, enabling UFW before allowing SSH. Do that on a remote box and you'll lock yourself out instantly. Always allow SSH first, then enable, and keep a second terminal open to test. Second, relying on obscurity alone. Moving SSH to port 22222 is fine as a bonus, but bots scan every port. The real defenses are key-based auth, fail2ban, and a firewall. And third, disabling the firewall to debug. Don't. Add a temporary allow rule scoped to your IP and remove it when you're done. With that out of the way, here's a cheat sheet worth pinning somewhere. Use UFW status verbose to audit your rules and the allow syntax to open web ports in one shot. Fail2ban client status shows you who's currently in jail, and tailing auth.log lets you watch login attempts in real time. SSTLNP tells you what's actually listening, often more revealing than you'd expect. And the last one, apt update and upgrade, really is the single most important security command you'll ever run. So let's lock in the 5 things worth remembering. A firewall is a checkpoint. Default deny, then open only what you need. Pick the tool your distro gives you, UFW or firewalld, and don't overthink it. Always allow SSH before you enable the firewall, or you'll be driving to the data center. Let fail2ban handle the brute force noise in the background. And never forget, keeping your packages updated stops the vast majority of attacks before they even start. And that's firewalls in the bag. Next time, we shift gears from the network into the machine itself, disks and file systems. You'll learn how Linux sees your storage with LSBLK, how mount and fstab tie it all together, and when to reach for XT4, BTRFS, or XFS. 13 down, 11 to go. See you in part 14.